All right, number 14. Okay, looking at the angle that you're dealing with, what is the ratio that you're going to use? You have adjacent and hypotenuse, cosine. So we're going to say the cosine of x equals the adjacent 3 over the hypotenuse 5.8. And this is what we just talked about with tangent. When we're looking for an angle measure, how do we get rid of cosine? The inverse, right? You need the inverse to undo these since they're a package deal. So you're going to do the inverse cosine to both sides. So inverse cosine cancels out cosine, so we get x. And then you're going to find the inverse cosine of 3 divided by 5.8. And this is to the whole number, 59. So x is 59 degrees. Okay. Now we're going to go back to a problem at the end of 8.3 that I want you to see, because this one specifically is on the test. All right. Different numbers, but okay, so it's number 28 on the 8.3 homework. All right, what people usually do wrong with this one is they use 34 as if this were a triangle, okay? If you're using 34, you can only use it with a right triangle. You're not going to be able to find x with trigonometry, all right? However, what we can find with 34 is we can find that entire length, because it's only able to be used with right triangles. So I would give this whole length another name, y, z, whatever you want to call it. Well, let's call it y, I suppose. So we're going to do one triangle at a time. Okay, so if we look at the small triangle first, we can definitely find w. But looking at this angle, what pieces do I have? This would be the opposite, right? And w would be adjacent, which is tangent. So opposite and adjacent. So the first part is to say the tangent of 56 degrees equals 10 over w. This is one where you can just swap those two, so w equals 10 divided by the tangent of 56. So to the nearest tenth, w should be 6.7. And once you find that, I would go on up here and put that in. Okay, so we just found that length. But remember, 34 has to be used with the entire right triangle. Okay, you can't use it just to get x. So we're going to use 10 and y. And since for 34 the opposite is 10 and the adjacent is y, it's going to look just like this. But we're going to say the tangent of 34 equals 10 over y. So y should be 10 divided by the tangent of 34. Which should be, here's 10, 14.8. Okay, so if y is 14.8, then how do you find x? If all of this is 14.8 and that piece is 6.7, you do 14.8 minus 6.7. Which means x should be 8.1. Okay, so the two pieces that we're actually looking for are w and x.